Donnie B got to be.
What's good, everybody? It's Donnie B got the beats. We live on the latest edition of the Beat Season 7, y'all. We made it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so excited. I'm so happy to just keep doing this. As I always said, my COVID pivot is still pivoting, and we still out here strong with it. I'm gonna do something different this season, man. I'm gonna start with the sponsors. The sponsors. This show is sponsored by my peeps. Imagination Elevation. That's my guy. Definitely want to give mad shouts out, mad props to him and everybody else that supported the beat going along. So here we go. First off,
that's just what the fuck we do.
Breezy Beats.
As he said, that's just what the fuck we do. And what we doing is we get ready to go to that glorious intro right here. So as y'all know by now, Donnie B got the beats. This is the beat, aka BEATTVLA. I always try to bring y'all the dopest, flyest individuals that I come across in my day to day. And this brother right here, man, I met him Grammy weekend 2023. And that was a memorable year for me. A memorable experience because it was my first time at any Grammy functions. Because typically I told myself, I'm not gonna watch the Grammys if I ain't on it myself. You know what I mean? So I put myself in purgatory until that time, and this year was glorious because I got to witness a lot of, I had to be at some industry events, official industry events, and actually got to witness the Grammys myself with these eyes. And I also got to meet this brother right here. Tremendous talent. One of the most authentic people I've ever met in my entire life. I'm looking off camera because I'm really trying to make sure that I hit all of the touch points so people can understand this brother's real. Okay, this brother, I when I met him, shook his hands, great energy, great interview because he did a live interview for those that saw live at the Sunset Rooftop. But without further ado, I want to bring on international, and I gotta say international because they know I'm internationally. International recording artist SinCityCairo. What's going on with you, bro?
What up, man? How you doing, man? It's a pleasure to be on here, bro.
Hey,
I like that intro, man.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I gotta bring my people's over, man, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta say I am excited because I know I didn't convey it the first time, but I really even listening to you because I was interviewing other people, but I was checking people out because I could do things in duality. But after the interview, knowing that I was gonna have you on, I really had to go back and do my homework because I want to know who is SinCityCairo, and I'm a fan, bro. I gotta say that to you so you hear from my mouth to God's ears, man. I really respect you, and I really respect what you're putting out in the universe. So it was nothing for me to give you that intro, man. Real life.
I appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt. So tell everybody what you about, where you from, but how first of all, before we get there, how is you because you in Sin City, right? The official Sin City.
Right now, I'm in LA right now, but I grew up in Vegas, so I've been out here for like 6 years.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I made the move like 2017.
All right, well then you in the lie, bro. All right, well, shit, we gotta sync up though, since you in the city, because
I'm down. Yeah. If you wanna do a live interview, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
We can set something up. I have my people call your people. For sure.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Cairo, let's go straight to it. I want you to tell everybody, for those that's not familiar with you, with your brand, what you about, who is SinCityCairo?
So I'm full-blooded Egyptian. Got to start off with that one, just because I do rap in Arabic as well, so I do introduce that to my music. I've been doing music for a while, man. I've been writing since I was like 12. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am right now, but it's been a long minute. Let's just say I've been on a wicked journey. But yeah, started off in Vegas, man. Made a name for myself over there. Started doing a local shows over there, local scene. And then just had to migrate to LA. So I made the move about 6 years ago. But before that, it was just a lot setting up into it. Like got into music when I was young. Like I said, I started writing at 12. Took me a while to actually get in the studio, just because I grew up in Vegas. Vegas was a little bit different culture-wise. It wasn't like it was in LA. So I got in the studio when I was probably like 19, and that was all thanks to my boy, Big Ed, man. He goes by Jay Crook. He did rap too. Still raps, still puts down some bars. It's just obviously he had a family and stuff like that, kind of slowed him down a little bit. But he was the first person to put me in the studio, man. And first track together, I'm not gonna lie to you, he kind of put in some work. You know what I'm saying? Had to school me to the game a little bit. Let's just say that. But yeah, I just gotten better ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I just been grinding ever since. Been writing. I just dropped my 6th actual studio album. Better late than never. I'm working on a new project, which is an unexpected new project. I just started writing. Okay. And that's kind of what I do. Is like when I start writing, and it turns into a project. So expect some new music coming soon. Looking to shoot a video pretty soon too. I just got to get back in the gym, man. I got to get my body right before I'm on camera like that, So yeah, but we got videos dropping soon, and I'm gonna have some new music dropping soon.
All amazing stuff to hear, man. Definitely. And what I'm saying, like, I trust back and get the gym myself a little bloated, what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I've been feeling like that all day today, man. And I hit the gym today too. It's just I gotta stay consistent, man. I took like 3 months off, and it really it threw off everything. So I try to stay consistent as much, but I had a little fender bender on the highway, so I had to kind of take a break from the gym.
Sorry to hear it.
LA traffic, man.
Man, I swear, if LA traffic had a face, I'd punch it.
Right. Yeah. I was on the 405 too, man. It was wild. It was wild. Let's just say that, but I can't discuss too much about it. But it is what it is. Now we're back in the gym, so that's all that matters.
Right there. Well, what I'm saying, if you do shoot the video, you need some background people. Please have your people contact me.
I'm down. Yeah. I'm gonna need some people in the video for sure, because we were talking about doing more of a like a storyline. So me and my photographer, whatever, engineer, he does all my stuff, man. He does my engineering. He makes my beats. He goes by Stretch. You can find him on Instagram at Stretch FYG, I believe. I usually tag him in my post, but he does everything for me, man. He does my, like I said, the beats, the engineering, mastering, videos. So it's just all in one. But yeah, we're talking about doing a storyline, so I'm down. We'll make it happen.
Stretch sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah,
Shout out to Stretch, man. Shout out to SinCityCairo. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Follow this brother, man, on all forms of social media. This brother's doing it real big. I guarantee it, man. Got nothing but good energy from this brother. Y'all gonna hear in a bit. Cairo, I want to go to the next step of evolution. I want you to take it back. And I do this all the time, just so, again, so people can further get to know who you are. Next question is growing up in. So you, like you said, you from LVNV. I want you to tell people what it was like for you growing up at LVNV, and what hurdles, if any, did you overcome that you hopped over and overcome to become the success that you are today?
Growing up in Vegas was cool. Vegas is a small city, so obviously in high school you just kick it with your friends. Obviously get into some ruckus here and there. But you could fall into that party scene, and that's kind of what I did. So when I got older, I used to party even in high school, man. So it was just, Vegas was always party. Mm. And then after I turned 21, obviously you got the clubs, you got the bar scene out there, you got the hotel party scene. So that's kind of what I fell into, which to me was a hurdle, because I feel like that kind of held me back. I got to live my life, which is cool, and I got to party to the fullest and whatnot. But I feel like if I didn't get attracted to that, I would have probably moved out to LA, a lot sooner. So I would have probably made the move a lot sooner. It would have probably got more focused a lot sooner. I would say it wasn't until it wasn't until I got over that party phase that I actually did get focused. And, you know, just started spending more time in the studio and just realizing if this is what you want to do, you gotta, you know, you gotta pursue it, you know. And before that, the thing was, I did pranks too. A lot of people probably know me from that. I was a part of a prank channel called Epic 5 TV. And we were on World Star like 10 times, man. We used to actually go out to the strip, and this was real life pranks. Like we would go up to people and just do the wildest things. Man, I almost got in a couple fights because of that. But after that, it just showed me that, you know, obviously you got to be consistent in anything that you do. And the reason we were so popular on that channel was because we were consistent. So we would drop maybe a prank every week, every 2 weeks, but we stayed consistent with it for years. And that channel actually blew up to like 2-3 million subscribers. I don't think he's doing it anymore. I think Facebook kind of put a ban on like above PG-13 you know, content. So they actually put a ban on that. So that's why he stopped doing it. But yeah, after that, like I said, I got in the studio, got real focused. The thing that actually led me to the studio that I started recording at, my dad used to own a restaurant in Vegas. And then he had me come in at night to kind of turn it into like a hookah lounge. So me and my boy Ivy actually would you know, throw little parties, throw little hookah parties in there, try to make some money on the side for my dad, try to get more people into the store. But through that, I met his neighbors, and it was a tattoo shop. And one of the dudes was like, "Hey man, Camel Hump Music is having a little audition for all the MCs in the city. Come through. You can make it on a mixtape. It's called the I Am Vegas mixtape." And they also had a social media like outlet, kind of like Facebook, but it was mainly for Vegas artists. It was called I Am Vegas, IamVegas.com. I don't know if it still exists, but through that I met my boy Trev. And Trev was Stretch before I met Stretch, you know what I'm saying? But Trev used to just engineer my music. So he would engineer my music. He didn't really make he did make beats, but I never really got on his beats. I probably should have. Back in the day, I used to fuck with a website called SoundClick, and I used to find a lot of beats on there, and those were more like studio, like not studio, but industry beats. But I feel like I should have actually used his beats. It's always good to use the underground producer's beats, because I mean, you know, they got dope stuff too. You don't have to go out there and purchase because, you know, obviously you have to lease whatever you're purchasing through SoundClick. You don't have to do that. You can pay an actual producer and get exclusive beat for yourself. So. But through that, you know, through the I Am Vegas mixtape and that Stretch, he started recording my music. We did, I think I did three albums in Vegas. No, I think it was 2. I think the third one was when I came out here. So I did Dream Chasing and Shooting for the Stars, which was the 2 projects I did in Vegas, and that's kind of what led me out here. You know, through that, I started doing shows like South by Southwest, started opening up for Beanie Siegel, opened up for Cassidy. You know, last year I opened up for, not even last year, it was like in October. So it was last year, but not too long ago. We did Twista, which was pretty dope. So yeah, like I said, through that, just got the network, came out to LA, and LA just kind of broadened my horizons. It's a lot more of a hurdle out here, but, you know, we're making it happen though. LA is just a little bit more expensive than Vegas, but
that part.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I heard Vegas is getting expensive right now too, man. My sister's looking for a house out there. She's about to pay $3,000 for a house. So I told her, you might as well come out here if you're gonna pay those prices. But but yeah, we're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I think the first 3 years in LA were a little bit rough. Obviously, trying to conquer that hurdle. Just kind of like you said, just kind of trying to figure out the city. Obviously, coming from Vegas, I just wasn't aware of how expensive it is out here. Yeah. And just how much of a hustle and bustle it is, you know, like Vegas, you know, you work at a 9 to 5, you do your hours, you go home. It's all cool. Over here, you got to hustle a little bit harder. You know, you got to spend, you know, more time trying to get your money, basically.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And coming from the East Coast out here, man, that's just, and to me, it's no real big parallel, because it's actually about the same in DC as it is out here. Just maybe I think a couple hundred, maybe 200-300 more expensive here, but DC is the same. So
yeah, it makes sense. I heard the East Coast is expensive too. Just anywhere you go there too, like
yeah. I mean, in New York City
are like neck and neck when it comes to the most expensive cities in America.
And so that's why I was like, to me, it's no real big drop off. Well,
right?
either way, you still got to hustle. You still got to get after it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll come back to the Vegas questions because I'm very interested. Because I see what Vegas is. Vegas is itself. It's a how can I put it? It's something to it. It's something electric. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it is. It's just it's ripe. That's what I feel like. It's ripe.
Yeah, it's and it's still fresh. You know, it's just becoming a city. They just got the Raiders. Obviously, they got a hockey team,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing it become a city. It's funny because it grew into a city when I left.
Right.
Like I said, I left in 2017 before weed became legal and the Raiders got out there and the hockey team. But now I go back and it's a totally different city and it's getting more expensive. So it is starting to get neck and neck with kind of California. Gas is a little bit cheaper, maybe like $1, maybe like 50 cents, which it is what it is. You live in LA, you got to pay the cost. That's how I feel like.
Amen.
But if you can make it out here, you can make it anywhere, man. That's here in New York. I mean, or anywhere on the East Coast, like you said, DC.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, just I mentioned I look at LA as real life. I feel like
right.
LA or New York is real life. Everywhere else is like I grew up here or I came up here and so forth and so on. But you move to one of these two cities and it's like, yo, this is the real life. Like this is
like a real city. It's a real city, man. Like, and I told my mom because I had a conversation with her the other day. She was like, "Oh, your sister's kind of standoffish about LA because it's so expensive." But I mean, then again, Egyptians are used to being in a big city like that. Cairo is a huge city. You got like 80 million people in that just little ass country. You feel me? So it's just I feel like Egyptians are meant to be by the water too. So that's kind of what gravitated me out here too. Like, if you look at our ancestors, we were by the Nile, we were by the Red Sea, the Mediterranean. So we're so used to being by the water, by the coast. And just kind of like you said, this is a real city. It's just Vegas didn't seem so real to me. It's small. Once you get past the mountains, or once you get past, North Las Vegas, Summerlin, or the east side, it's all mountains. You don't have bordering cities. Like LA, you got the valley, you got Thousand Oaks, you got Simi Valley, you got Gardena, you got
Long Beach,
Anna, you got Long Beach. You feel me? Like it never comes to an end. And then from that it goes to San Diego, and that even goes further, because once you cross into Tijuana, you in a whole different climate, basically.
Yeah, man, I ain't been to TJ in several years, and I'm like, I don't even know how I feel about going back out there.
Sketch, man, it's kind of sketch. But I went out there once, but yeah, I've never been out there since. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I went out years ago, and I'm like, I don't know. At my age, I'm like, I'm kind of good right now.
Yeah, I go to other spots in Mexico, but I mean, Mexico's kind of dangerous though when it comes down to it. I just seen that video of those 3 people getting kidnapped. I'm just like, make you want to stand off a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta, like people gotta be like, man, you can't be like talking about like we out here in these streets, like bro. You go to another country, bro. That's a whole different kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Mexico though. Mexico is beautiful. Like I've been to Ensenada, TJ, Playa del Carmen, which I think is dope. It's on the other side of Cancun. It's actually pretty dope. But yeah, every time you go out there, obviously you want to be a little bit cautious. You don't want to step on people's toes, and
you gotta stay on your swivel, bro.
Yeah, man. They try to sell you drugs in the street, man. They try to get you, bro. Like I was, I'm telling you, they try to get you, but like I said, it's crazy, but it is what it is.
I want to have you ask you off schedule pivot question real quick. You say you full-blooded Egyptian, which is awesome. Like you're the only Egyptian I've ever met my entire life, so this is amazing, right? I want you to tell the people out there 2 simple words. What are the words for hello and goodbye? And what is the official name that Egyptians speak?
So we speak Arabic.
Arabic, okay.
Yeah, because we got conquered obviously by the Arabs, and it's just Egypt has been around forever. But I am Coptic though, so they say the Coptic people. If you look it up, they say we are the descendants of the Pharaoh. Okay. Just because Coptic was the last form of the Arabic language or the Egyptian language, okay. And they do speak that at my church. The only thing is my church, they rely on Arabic too. If they would have been more forceful of the Coptic language and maybe taught kids how to speak it in school and stuff like that, I think we would have been still speaking that language. But it is cool because they preserve the language. Okay. So they do use it in prayer. They do use it in prayer. They actually teach the deacons how to speak it. I don't go to church enough. I probably should. I probably would know a little bit more Coptic, but
We all.
right. But yeah, I mean, one day I want to learn that language though. I think that would be pretty dope. But that is the last form of the Egyptian language. Obviously the Egyptian language went through probably like 4 or 5 changes. They had the old dynasty, new dynasty, middle dynasty. So probably went through a couple changes. Arabic, the 2 simplest words is zayek, which means hello or hi, basically, and masalema, which means goodbye. So I think those are probably the 2 easiest ones. Some people say salam alaikum.
Yeah.
That's more of a term for like Muslim people.
Right.
So it just depends on what religion you are. So I'm Christian, so I obviously I say masalema. But if you're Muslim, you would say salam alaikum.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen. See, we trying to educate people so people get to understand. We bridging a lot of gaps here, man. I applaud this, man. This is awesome. I'll be hitting you up, man, because I'm like, man, I like to learn other languages and other people's ways and so forth and so on. Because I'm just a respectful person. I want to, if I come across somebody, I don't want to be disrespectful. Especially if God forbid, I'm traveling, I'm on their turf, bro. Like I got, you got to understand the ways, bro. You know what I mean? Try to have me out here in somebody's street and they put me in a burlap sack or something. It's over. But so listen, I want to go to the next phase, and I thank you for sharing. You mentioned that you got into the music game, and writing and stuff like that. You were 12. I want to ask, what was it? The question that I actually had on schedule was, when did you discover your talent for music, which you already kind of answered and alluded to at 12.
Well, I got into it before that actually, because I used to want to sing, man, like Usher and like Genuine, and I actually used to sing back when I was younger. I just didn't pursue that because I fell in love with rap at 12. I think at 12 is when I fell in love with rap, but before that, I used to want to sing. I used to I remember being young. I used to dance to Michael Jackson music. So it always had some type of entertainer in me. I used to mimic my grandma sometimes and mimic my aunts and uncles and make people laugh. So I always had some type of entertaining factor in me, even from a young age. But yeah, I used to sing. I used to sing my man, like I said, Genuine, Usher was a big influence. 112, what was it? Not Backstreet. It was no, not NSYNC. No. I'm talking about
Blackstreet.
Blackstreet. There we go. Blackstreet, Jagged Edge, I said, Tyrese, all these old school cats, man. I used to like real R&B. I'm not saying R&B right now is not the same, but I'll
say it for you. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not what it's not. It doesn't hit like it used to. I'll say that. I like what is it? Bryson Tiller. I think he's dope.
Oh yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope. I will give him props. Obviously, out of all the new school artists, I do like his music or his R&B more than The Weeknd. I'm not really into The Weeknd like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Drake, I don't like Drake when he sings. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like it. Sometimes when he spits bars, I can rock with it. But if I'm gonna go to hip hop, I'm gonna go to a J. Cole, like a Logic. I know a lot of people say Logic is corny nowadays, but I feel like he still got bars. He got bars. I don't know why people would, he sometimes he can get a little off track and kind of say the same stuff over and over, but it is what it is. I understand. He's half black, half white, but he looks white, so he's trying to appeal to 2 different races. So I understand that's why he talks about it in his music, because it probably stresses him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Obviously as an artist, you're gonna reflect what you feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Joyner Lucas. I think is dope. I think
crazy.
Yeah, right. Benny the Butcher, Conway, all those cats from Griselda are pretty dope. All the cats on Shady right now, man. Even Slaughterhouse is pretty dope.
Slaughterhouse they've been dope.
Slaughterhouse is dope. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's one of my big influences too. Is Joel Ortiz, which I feel like people sleep on, but I feel like Homeboy's a beast, man. And he be killing shit.
Yeah, that's 1000%. And I got, like I said, I'm going back to it just in case I always try to rep the DMV. You know what I'm saying? And Logic from Gaithersburg, flat out. So that's right, just outside of DC, right there. Got nothing but love and respect for that man right there. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. A lot of Logic's first albums actually schooled me to the game. You know what I'm saying? When I was really trying to figure out how to maneuver in this game back 10, 12 years ago, I was actually zoning into Logic. Yeah. And he just kind of schooled me, man. Just the shit he was talking about was beyond his time. You know, he was like a young MC, but he was talking some knowledge, man. He was spitting some dope shit, and especially in the first one. Even his new shit is pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? I every time Logic drops an album, I take a listen.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel anybody should. You know, like you said, people, you got your haters, and there's people that they try to throw darts and shit, but at the end of the day, the dude is dope. You know what I mean? And shout out to him. Shout out, you know, there's a whole bunch of other people from the PG County area, because I'm from PG County too. So, you know, from Logic, Tabby Bonet, Wale, Fats the Big Fella, like
sleep on Wale too. I feel like Wale's a beast, man. People sleep on him too.
People just from the area or from where I'm from, you just gotta come with it. And you gotta do your homework. If you ain't doing your homework, people gonna fishbowl you. They just be staring at you when you're on stage, like, what's going on? You know, so it is what it is. But that's neither here nor there. They got there as we talk about you right now. So the position and the pivot that I got, I want to go back to this, and I want to ask you. Thank you for sharing. You know, the fact that you, because that you know, I do a little something with the vocals as far as singing. So that resonates with me. I never knew. So you was a singer, man. We're gonna get you on some singing bars at some point in time real soon.
Yeah, let's make it happen. I sing a little bit on my music too. I mean, obviously, I could, you know, I could kind of sing a little bit, but not too much. You know, I can't hold the tone too much, but it's pretty good though. It's not too bad. You can see once we play Pain, you'll see how my singing kind of plays a part.
We're gonna get there real soon. We right at the mark where we about to get into that. But I want to ask you one more question before we get to that to your music. I want to ask you, the question reads, how did you get into the music industry? I want to specify this though. Was there a time that you kind of woke up and was like, or maybe snapped into some sort of reality? It was like, wow, I'm actually in the industry. I'm actually doing this shit.
I would probably say when I linked up with Mac. Me and Mac actually are on terms right now. We're actually on speaking terms. He was my manager 3 years ago. He might end up managing me again. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of talking about it. You know, I feel like I'm at the point of my career where I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard doing everything by yourself. I've been doing it by myself for years right now. You know, building up little building blocks here and there, and just trying to guide my own way. But I feel like when you do have guidance, it's always a good thing. Yeah. When I linked up with Mac, I think that's when I realized, like, hey, you know, like, I'm actually doing this. Like, you know, he actually helped start Gucci Mane's label, 1017. If you look him up, he goes by Mac Drama 1017. You can look it up. He's official, man. And he, you know, he took interest in me 3 years ago. We had a little falling out. It had a lot to do with me. I was going through some personal shit. I have anxiety. I think a lot of artists do. I think when, you know, sometimes when things go wrong, we tend to be in here too much. You know, I feel like a lot of artists are just in their own mind. It's just, you know, that's kind of how we write the music too. It's a lot going on in there. I feel like that's why we had a falling out. It had nothing to do with him. It had more to do with me just kind of going through some shit and just having to take a step back from him. But yeah, like right now we're in talking phases, so you never know. We might end up working together sometime. So my next album might be on Sony Orchard. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I had one actually. Cairo dropped on Sony Orchard. I had it pulled, like I said, because we had a little, you know. But hindsight is 2020. I feel like I should have calmed down, took a step back, just relaxed, maybe got out of my own head, and realized like Sony Orchard is a big deal. You know, like, like now think about it, I'm like, I don't know why I had that album pulled in the first place, because that's a good look. That's you know, that's a genuine distribution company. So like I said, you know, you never know what the future holds, but I know we're on speaking terms right now, so that's all that matters, right?
Right. That's all that matters. And I wish you nothing but that, because trust me, like you said, you know, with anxieties going on and everything, and people being in their head, I mean, the way my head is set up, you can look at it. Like, it was like, I almost got to that point right at the top right here. And it's just like, whoop, but I was able to keep it bottled up. But yeah, you get anxieties, jokes aside. You know what I mean? And you do always have to, you know, have a lot of things going on, and you pulled in this direction, pulled in that direction, and you want to go different ways, but it's always better to have somebody that you can play off of, and you always need an advocate in the room when you're not there.
You
You know
right.
what I mean? And that's what your management is supposed to do. They're supposed to advocate on your behalf and keep your name resonating when you're working on focusing on your energy on the product, and that person is focusing on the business. It always works better for you, man. I want to say it's time for music. So we about to get into this music part right here, and we gonna go to your music drop for your album. Your album, keep on. Not keep on fighting. Better late than never. The first song we're gonna go with Pain, but you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the feature of the evening. Check it out. So with that being said, we are going here to Better Late Than Never. Make sure that you guys like, follow, subscribe this brother SinCityCairo on all social media. He's on Instagram at SinCityCairo, just like you said, just like you think it would be, and that's what it is. And we're gonna go down to Pain. Pain being the first John. Talk about Pain. Let them know how that came together.
So I mean, this album was actually written during COVID, man. So a lot of the songs are obviously COVID related. This song was just me kind of battling, like I said, the anxiety in my head, man. So there was the point in time where my finances were a little bit tied up just due to COVID and other things of that nature. And all I could think about was, man, I got to make this music. I got to hit the studio. But at the same time, my funds were low. Obviously, music is a business. It costs money. So it's just, this song was just me reflecting on that, once you hear it, you're going to actually pick up on what I'm talking about right now. It was just me kind of battling demons in my head, man. Tell you the truth, just knowing that I got to keep focused and keep moving forward, even though I had a lot of negative circumstances behind me. But now on the brighter and better days, I feel like COVID was a challenge for a lot of people, and it could have been just because you were stuck at home for so long, just not getting no vitamin D, not leaving the house, which is not good for anybody.
That part,
right? Like they had us trapped, man. They had us trapped like lab rats, man. And I actually say that on one of my songs. So, but yeah, Pain is kind of reflection of that, of just COVID, man. Just being at home stuck, basically.
Well, I appreciate that, and I can totally understand that. Me, I'm a little bit different. All right, to me, it felt like one big snow day. People from the Northeast know what snow days is, and it was like, oh, okay, all right, we ain't going outside today. All right, cool. Let's figure out what we're gonna do in the house, and that's how the beat was born.
There you go.
Yeah,
see, I'm more of an outdoorsy person, though, man. I hate being trapped indoors for too long. It's just not me. Like my girlfriend, she could be in the house 24/7 and not worry about like nothing. But me, I've always been like, even in Vegas, I used to just go run errands just to get out the house, man, just to get some sun.
I get it. It is what it is. As long as you know you and you know what you about, keep doing you. And that is what that is. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we have SinCityCairo here. We about to get into Pain. Check this out. Here we go.
All this pain up in my brain, I swear I'm losing my mind. Cause this the only thing I think about, like all of the time. Said all this pain up in my brain, I swear I'm losing my mind. Cause this the only thing I think about, like all of the time. All the shit that's going on, putting time up in these songs. Been getting pretty hard, cause my mind is always gone. Another day, another struggle that I gotta overcome. Got in it pretty young, all these verses that I done. Been saying I'm the one since that moment I've begun. Spitting out my lungs on these verses just to stun. It's been a tough year, been hard for me to see clear. Used to spend a week here, now it's hard for me to leave here. Another city, another town, I was always moving around. Lifting me to the ground, still ain't throwing in the towel. Giving up, that ain't allowed. What goes down, let's come back. Always people I done left, up with these verses I done stacked. Everywhere I go, they tell me that I'm famous now. You think I'm famous, how shit lately I ain't made a show. My parents still ain't made it proud. Been working on it, though they saying I'm the next to blow. But lately I've been losing it. So pain up in my the only thing I think about, like all of the time. All this drama in my life, all these words been hard to write. Y'all saw me taking flights, finally reaching those new heights. Suddenly, life got me at a standstill. God don't test you if it's something you can't handle. Grew up on San Hill, came a long way from the east side. Biggest city, straight to LA on the west side. More money, more problems, yeah, the shit true. Stack up some paper, then you're broke when the rent's due. Pick up this pencil, bleed that paint up on a notepad. Since a youngin', this the shit I wanted so bad. I never hold back, I let it all out. These words fall out my brain and then I calm down. Still on the come up, but I gotta get my money right. Lately my money tight got me stressing out like every night. Got these dreams, got these goals, got these bills too. What don't kill you make you stronger, climb the hill, dude. In my brain, I swear I'm losing my mind. Cause this the only thing I think about, like all of the time. We said all this pain up in my brain, I swear I'm losing my mind. Cause this the only thing I think about, like all of the time. All this pain up in my brain has got me going insane. Life ain't really been the same since I stepped away from this night. I still got my aim upon the fame, ain't no avoiding the rain. Said all this pain up in my brain has got me going insane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Cairo. So, how did that all come together? Like, again, how like you talked about a little bit, but like, who's the producer? Like, how? Like, and is it your guy, or like, how did this come together? You muted. Unmute your mic.
My bad. So yeah, it's produced by my boy Stretch, man. He, like I said, he does, and he recorded it for me. What he does is he records it, he'll mix it, and then he'll email it to engineer or another engineer that masters it. It's better to have more than one ear on your music. That way, you know, especially when it comes to mastering and just engineering, it's two different things. You know, obviously you want somebody to mix it, but mastering is more about frequencies. It's a whole different ball game. Right. So he kind of passes it down, and then obviously they'll get it mastered, get it back to me. But what I did with this album a little bit different than my other albums is kind of bit off of Russ, you know, like putting out a song every 2 weeks. So I know he was doing every week, but he had a big catalog that he was sitting on. I wish I would have used that strategy a long time ago, but you know, I kind of bit off of him and started releasing it one song at a time. Probably gonna do that with these new songs too. I already got 3 that are pretty much almost done. Just got to lock them in my head basically. I don't like going to the studio without having my shit memorized. However you record is however you record. I know some people go in there and freestyle. It's just not me. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a writer. I grew up listening to Eminem, and Eminem was always a writer. So, you know, like that's kind of what I stuck to doing. My cousin, he raps. He goes in there and freestyles, just kind of like Lil Wayne, kind of like Jay-Z. But yeah, like I said, I stick to pen and pad. He passes me the beats. I get to listening to them. I pick out whichever ones I like, start writing, and then usually I'll come up with the chorus last. Sometimes I'll come up with it first. So it just depends. It depends on how I feel. Right. It depends on if I have a chorus, like maybe a catchy melody in my head or just a catchy hook. I might run with that. But usually my process is writing 2/16. I used to, obviously back in the day it was 3/16. Yeah, people's music's gotten shorter. You know, people's attention spans gotten shorter. So I'll start off with 2/16. Listen to the beat again. Try to see if it needs 2/16. Sometimes it don't need an 8 and a 10. You know, so I start chopping and pasting. So right. Sometimes I'll remove some bars here, remove some bars here, kind of filter it out, and just kind of join them with a chorus. To me, I feel like the chorus should always be like a summary of the song. You feel me? So that's kind of what I do is I lay down the chorus or lay down the verses, see kind of the topic I'm talking about, and just come up with the chorus after that. But there is some rare songs. I think this one I came up with the chorus when I wrote the bars for sure. Some songs I come up with the chorus first. Sometimes it just be like that.
It makes a ton of sense, man. And I'm glad you shared that, because it's funny. I work with a lot of artists too, man, and a lot of them, it's just like everybody want to come in like Lil Wayne, and everybody want freestyle. And it's like, dude, you need direction, you need narrative. Stay to the narrative. That's what's it. Like freestyle is cool, but writing is like that's where the juice is, man. That's what the stories.
And people don't realize like Jay-Z actually wrote things in his head. He didn't really go in there and freestyle things, man.
Right.
And I see a lot of cats that do that, and they'll spend a long time in the studio because they got to punch in, to where I got my bars memorized, so I barely have to punch in. Sometimes I'll punch in every now and then. Sometimes, obviously if I get tongue tied, it's easier to punch in. But I actually like to go. I like to do one take, man.
Yeah.
And my engineer will get annoyed with me sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, let me do it one more time, because in my head I don't feel like it sounds perfect.
That's good, because it keeps the continuity of everything, the whole emotion, the whole vibe, the whole everything you're saying. One pass, I'm with you, bro.
And yeah, that's why I like to have everything locked in, man, before I go in there. Obviously the choruses are easy. You can memorize the chorus within like 2 hours. It's just the easy part. But the bars, obviously, sometimes it'll take me a week. Sometimes it'll take me 2 weeks. But I feel like that's the best. You get your afflictions out of that. It's kind of like you said, and your cadence is you're gonna be in the pocket. Freestyling is cool, but like I said, you got to punch in a lot. You're gonna spend a lot of money in the studio.
Yeah.
Studio time is expensive, man. You want to go in there, bust it out, get out. That's how I feel. I like spending the time, in the studio, but like I said, when it's expensive, as you can tell, I got my own little personal setup behind me. So this is where I do all my rough drafting. So I use my studio for rough drafting. I don't really have an engineering ear. Yeah, I can engineer a little bit, but I let my boy do that because that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? That's what he specializes in. I like to kind of just focus on the music. Obviously, right now I'm running the business too, but I'm looking in. I told you, like, me and Mac probably gonna start working together soon. We just gotta make sure everything's right this time. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta make sure we on the right page.
I get it. Makes a ton of sense, bro. And I love the fact that, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a professional, listen to what this man is saying. That's the professional way of perfecting your craft and becoming a true player in the game. Words to live by. Words to live by. So we got this next joint that you got up on deck here that we're gonna share. How could I not cry? Lead us into it. What is that about? Talk to us real quick, and then we're gonna play that too.
So towards the end of COVID, man, which is kind of hard for me because it was towards the end of it. I actually lost my dad to COVID. So I was kind of going through it when I went to Vegas because I had to go visit him in the hospital. I was actually there when they pulled the plug and all that stuff. I had to go through that. So I was actually listening to like DMX. That song for his grandma. And then I was actually tapping into like some what was it? Boys to Men. Obviously the tribute to Biggie. Obviously, I was just tapping into those songs. I don't know why the song names are escaping me right now, but you guys know what songs I'm talking about. So that's kind of how the song, came to life. I was listening to those songs and I was going through it. Obviously somebody just loses his dad. I got a lot of built up emotion, especially to COVID, something that's only been around for about 3 years. So that was kind of hard for me. So obviously I kind of expressed it on the music, which to me music is a therapy to me to get over stuff. So that me writing it down and laying it down just kind of helped me get over it. So that's what this is. So it is gonna be a little bit sad, but I mean it's my favorite song on the album. I think this is the one that we're shooting a video for. Hopefully soon. Like I said, I just got to get back in shape, man. I can't be looking like a whale on camera, man. So we in the gym, just give me like a month or two. Let me get right, and then we gonna get that video out for sure.
Well, like you said, when you get that joint, if I'm invited to come in as the extra, I'll look like a whale for you. That way, I make you look better on camera.
There you go. Let's make it happen. With you too, because like I said, we're gonna do a storyboard. So I'm down. Let's make it happen.
Facts that. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, on the beat. I'm going to be an extra in SinCityCairo's video. Anyway, without further ado, we have How Could I Not Cry? This is the song. Pay attention. Here we go.
The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, the night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, all these tears fell down my eyes. The night my pops died, how could I not cry? That's when my pops died. Fuck, this virus took someone that I loved dead. When everyone fears, that's how I ended my year. Pops in heaven now, I know he's smiling down on me. Chilling with God and the angels looking down on me. I hope you're proud of me, you always held it down for me. I just can't believe heaven called, then you had to leave. Thought we were old together, you heaven now write you this letter. I know you're someone better, thought you lived to see forever. I would've never thought this virus took you away forever. Thought you'd get better, thought this virus to you would be whatever. That night my heart cried, a piece of me inside died. Tried to dry my eyes, keep it trapped inside. But my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, the night my pops died. How could I not cry? How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, the night my pops died. How could I not cry? How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died, the night my pops died. I tried to act fine, they said it was his time. Still I asked the Lord why. Why'd you have to take him away? Why, my Lord, not this way? This virus took my brighter days and turned them into clouds of gray. The night my pops died, me and my moms cried, asking the Lord why we had to say goodbye. You're in heaven now, I'm praying that I'll make you proud. The dopest dad around you was down for me to leave that town. You were just here, we went to dinner too. They said you knew your time was coming by the way you moved. Then this virus taking all our loved ones' lives away. Turn on the news, people dying every single day. Want it to go away the way it was before this plague. It's like we've got us straight, the future's got us so afraid. The night my pops died, how could I not cry? How could I not cry? The way my pops died, the night my pops died. How could I not cry? How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died. How could I not cry? How could I not cry? The night my pops died.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How could I not cry? That and it resonates with me because I lost my pops too, and I got to relive it every year because he passed on my daughter's birthday. So yay, um, that is what that is. I could totally understand. I feel that song. Now again, shout out to producers. Shout out how like the process and stuff like that. Please do.
Same thing, man. Stretch, like I said, Stretch produced that one. I was like I said, I was listening to Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye. DMX, I miss you. So I was really playing those two songs, man, back to back, and it just I was like, I need to write a jam like this. I feel like this will help me kind of get over it. So yeah, man. As soon as I came home from Vegas, I would say within a week. Not even a week. I mean, it could have been a couple of days. Picked up the pen and pad and just started John what was on my mind. And obviously as a man, you're expected to kind of not show any emotion in front of your family. So I tried to keep everything bottled in. I would actually take walks, man, just by myself and just let it out, because I needed to, So a lot of people don't know about that, but I would take random walks by myself and and that's kind of how I felt, like it was just, how could I not cry? It was just, you know, and my mom caught me one time. You know, I was outside. We got a church in front of our house and started tearing up a little bit. But you know, it's hard. It's hard, especially losing somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so that song, you know, obviously it brings out a lot of emotion. But it helped me get over it. You know, I'm still not over it. You know, I don't think you ever get over it.
No.
Yeah, you never get over it. It gets easier with time, I would say.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And you know, like I said, my condolences to the SinCityCairo and his family. But it's a difficult place to be in. But like you said, you can't erase something like that. You just deal with it, learn to deal with it better. You know. But on another note, positive notes, we're gonna uplift this really quick. You got a little bit extra time because
Yeah. I got some time.
All right, bet that. Then we're gonna go into a segment that's a fun favorite because we need to lift this tonality.
Yeah, I know I got a little dark with that song, but I want people to hear it, man. It's a good song. You know, to me, it's a good song. Obviously, it resonates with a lot of people. So I feel like, and that's what music's supposed to do. It's supposed to, you know, resonate with you and help you get over something. So that's kind of why I wrote it too. So hopefully somebody hears it in the future and it helps them get through that moment.
I get that. And you're right. And 1000%. So make sure you do that. And also make sure you like and subscribe. Follow SinCityCairo on all social media. He's out there as SinCityCairo. All one word, ladies and gentlemen. But for those that know, it's time for Hot Topics Season 7. Let's go. So, Cairo, we are at a spot where we call Hot Topics. Now, Hot Topics are a bunch of random questions that are designed for the viewers to get to know who you are through these random questions. You answer these questions, you know, have fun with them, but keep it short, keep it light, keep it fun. If you can't answer a question, feel free to not answer the question. But do you accept said challenge, brother?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Hey, yeah, that do something about this guy. That's what I keep telling y'all. Anyway, here we go. First question on Hot Topics is 3 things you didn't know. What's 3 things that the world does not know about SinCityCairo, or 3 things that people keep getting wrong? And God damn it, they got to put some respect on your name, and you need to clarify.
My real name, man, people don't know how to say that. My real name is Korolos. It's a Coptic name. Like I said, I am Coptic, so it is a religious name. It was one of our popes. A couple of our popes actually, because he was the 6th one, but that's who my mom actually and my dad named me after. But yeah, people will call me Corolla, man, which to me gets highly irritating. You feel me? It's Corollos, you know, it's got an S at the end. But yeah, that's one thing you guys don't know. Another thing, I got 4 dogs, a lot of dogs, and one of them just had puppies. So I got 4 more puppies right now. That actually just happened like 2-3 days ago, which is cool. You know, I'm trying to help her out. Another thing, man, I like to hike, bro. I like to, you know, be outdoors. Kind of like I said earlier, hiking is one of my favorite things. A big gym head, man. I love being in the gym, love pumping iron. I've been lifting weights since I was like 15, 16. It started off in high school, you know. I think it was actually before that. I think I was younger because in football we used to lift weights. That's kind of what got me into. I played football for a little bit. Then I got into the work field, man. So I didn't really pursue that much, but I've been working since I was 15. So, you know, I got into the work field when I was 15 and started working and hustling, figuring out how to get some money, you know.
I'm with it. I'm with it. A lot of parallels there. You know, I fell off with the working out though, so I need to get back on the wagon.
Hey man, trust me, those 3 months put on 10 pounds, man. I gotta get back. I gotta get back right. Even that 10 pounds that you know I was skinnier, I still felt a little chunky. I felt like I could tighten up a little bit more. So I got some work to do, man.
I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. But thank you. I'm with you in solidarity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Next question is, thank you for sharing on 3 things you didn't know. Next question is, they ain't no war for that. In your opinion, what is something that is the most ludicrous, outlandish thing that you have witnessed within the past few days or past few months? It could be anything from Donald Trump as the president to Little Nas X with the baby bump, or you know, or anything outlandish or weird like that. Or on the flip side of the coin, what is something that is the most underheralded or under-celebrated thing that you think that, you know what, this person should get an award for this, or this should have an award associated with it because people seem to totally not see this for the celebration it deserves?
Well, I would say the balloons being in the air, that was just, that was, I don't know. I still don't know what's going on with that. And the other objects that they shot down.
Yeah.
I don't know what our government got, hidden or secrets and stuff like that. I feel like the person that should probably get their flowers, maybe I like that Chris Rock. You know how Chris Rock actually stood up for himself on that comedy special, like a week ago. Finally you actually got to hear his side.
Yeah.
We all seen it. Nobody, I think the whole world seen it. It was a slap that was heard around the world. You feel me? So for him to actually address it, I feel like he should be given his props for that.
I appreciate that, and I respect that because he did a damn good thing with that joint. I don't give a damn, and I'm a Will Smith fan. And
I like Will Smith too. Will Smith's probably one of my favorite actors. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Prince. Ever since then, I've been a Will Smith fan since I was a little kid, man. But that was sideways though.
Well, but it was sideways. But like I said, to me, I felt it. I understood why he felt he needed to go do that. I understood the pressures that came with it. And it's funny because, like I said, he's from West Philly. My daddy and my mom from Philadelphia, and Jada from Baltimore. That's right outside PG County. So I get, you know what I'm saying, like that whole little. It's like I get it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot with it and a lot to unpack. And I felt all of the sides of it, and it's just an unfortunate situation regardless how you shape it up.
Well, I mean, I like that he made fun of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to make light of a situation, and that's why I like David Chappelle too, because I think David Chappelle is probably one of my favorite comedians of all time, man.
Yeah, he's a genius
for sure.
Genius level, a god level intellect, man. Like really, seriously, man, seriously. Thank you for sharing that. Next question is what they say. What is so you represent LVNV? You out here in the law now. But you also, like you said, you represent Egypt, and like I'm really like I'm tuned in. What's some words that or some slang words from, and pick any one of them that you would like to share, so when people touch down in said territory, they know what time it is.
Some slang words. See, that's the thing, man. I heard my Arabic is way too proper. I don't even know too many slang terminologies that they use out there right now. Actually, I had a Egyptian dude that was like, man, your Arabic is like old school Arabic. Like my parents would be speaking that Arabic, because obviously I learned from my parents.
Right.
So on this topic, I don't have any slang words to tell you guys, but Arabic, Arabic is a complex language, but Uli Arab, like that's one of my songs. That means call on God. Okay. Sinin Tawila means the years are long. That's another one of my songs. Yalla Bina means let's go. So Yalla Bina, if you ever hear anybody say Yalla, it means let's go, basically. And Yalla Bina is just to complete it. Yeah, man. Pretty much Yalla Bina, I think, is the most slang word I know. So it means just let's go. Like you'll hear that if you guys go to Egypt, you'll hear that all the time. Yalla, yalla. My girl, that's probably one of the words she picked up on the most.
Okay.
Yeah, because I use it all the time. So that's like one of the most common words right there.
Well, I gotta say, the number one thing on my bucket list is go to Dubai and the Emirates.
I remember we were talking about that last time.
Yeah, and so I absolutely have got to go there. So if I got to go up there, and that'd be one of the words I'm gonna use, God damn it, I'm gonna do it.
That one's popular out there, but man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. A lot of the Arabic, like from like the Middle East, like like I don't understand. I really don't. Like Palestinian Arabic, Saudi Arabian Arabic, even Dubai Arabic, I probably wouldn't be able to pick up, because they actually got that real Arabic, to where Egyptians got a little bit of a watered down Arabic because we were conquered, like
right.
Obviously, that wasn't our native tongue. Just kind of like Mexican people and Spanish people, obviously the language isn't the same.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't even know how to communicate with these people half of the time, man. I only pick up on 2 or 3 words, maybe.
I get it. Well, either way.
But yeah, but Yalla's a good one though. Yalla, Salam Alaikum, the ones I taught you guys earlier, that's common. You'll encounter that in every Arab country.
That's what it is. That's what it is. What's next question is Netflix. What's on your visual playlist? What you've been watching on TV, or it can be a documentary, it could be a sports show, it could be a movie, it could be a TV show, it could be on Netflix, it could be on Hulu. What's something visual that you want to call out?
I mean, I don't really. I try not to watch TV too much, man. I got ADD, bro. I'm always doing something. I can't sit still, but I usually tap in. You know, obviously I go for the classic cartoons like The Simpsons, South Park. Not a fan of Family Guy. I don't the comedies too. I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I never South Park and Simpsons probably my go-to. Every now and then Fresh Prince. I'm always gonna go with the classics, Fresh Prince. George Lopez. I watch that, sometimes early in the morning just to, get the day started. But on Netflix, I like to, focus on comedies. I think comedy is probably my favorite genre. I could watch an action movie once or twice, but I just don't have like I said, my attention span. I watch it once, that's it. I can't really focus on it too much. I actually just watched the movie Tilt.
Okay.
About Emmett Till, man. That's a deep movie. I would suggest to go see it.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it yet, I think that was actually a really, really good movie. Elvis, I thought was a good movie, man. I went to see that one in theaters. Okay. I thought that shit was fire. I got into Strange Things on Netflix for a while. I actually had COVID for like a week. So, I couldn't do anything. I was sitting at home. I was bored, so I got into Strange Things. And it lives up to its title, man. It kept getting stranger and stranger, stranger. Yeah, that show is that but it'll have you tuned in though. If you got some time to spare, I would say that's probably a good one. Yeah. Like I said, mainly I watch the comedies, man. Like I watch all the Dave Chappelle specials. I just went through that Chris Rock special. Kevin Hart, I like to tap in with him. What is it? Iglesias, the big
Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah, not Enrique, but the comedian. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. Fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to tap in Fluffy. I'm mainly sticking with the comedies, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could watch Knocked Up 100 times, 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah. I could watch those comedies for like forever. So usually I stick with those.
Judd Apatow, he got a formula down, and it's dope.
Right. Sure. Soul Plane, I'll tap in with Soul Plane every now and then too. I think that was a cool movie with Snoop and all them in there. The Wash sometimes. Friday's always gonna be on my bucket list.
That's classic.
I'll always have Friday back on the TV. Sometimes my girl complains. It's like, how many times you gonna watch the same movie over and over? And I'm like, it's my attention span. I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's Friday. You ain't got no job. Like it's easy. Like
any of the Fridays are pretty dope. I'm actually waiting for the last installment to drop, but they've been saying that for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, we'll see it when it comes out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't no breath for it. And the last question for this joint is my playlist popping. What's on your audio playlist? What gets you motivated musically and audibly that motivates you every morning, that gets you up, or you working out or whatever? That obviously you listen to SinCityCairo. That goes without saying. But what else are you listening to that you want to put people up on?
Eminem. I listen to Eminem a lot. J. Cole, Jay-Z. I stick with the classic MCs, people that deliver bars. Like I said, Benny the Butcher is dope. I tap in with him. Just a lot of lyrical cats, man. I always go for like the Logics. Like I said, Wale's, like you mentioned, Wale's pretty dope. I think people sleep on Big Sean. I think Big Sean's pretty dope, especially Detroit. I feel like Detroit was a dope ass mixtape. If you want to become a Big Sean fan, go listen to Detroit. Yeah. I feel like he got down on that one, man. Even his albums, they're pretty dope. I just feel like him and Kanye got a lot of ego that they got to get through, because I think they're button heads right now. But yeah, I always go for lyrical cats, man. Like Joel Ortiz, like I said, Slaughterhouse, Crooked Eye, saying King Crooked. I always tap in with those cats. Royce the 5'9". So I'm always looking for bar spitters. On the underground scene, I tap in with like Fora. Fora's actually he's like underground but major. Russ, I think Russ is dope. Just a lot of these cats coming up, man. I tap in with a lot of LA cats because obviously I'm in LA, so I kind of watch the scene. Rivery is another dope MC, female MC that's coming up out here. So I just kind of tap in with that scene too. But like I said, I look for spitters, man. It's what I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on Pac. I used to listen to a lot of Pac when I was younger. It's funny because my boys used to ride around with me, and they would get annoyed because they would always, they want to listen to Laffy Taffy and fucking Kurt and Chris and A Baby and all that shit and fucking Soldier Boy, you know, Superman, you know, like that's what they like. But I was always like, hey man, let's listen to some Tupac. And they'd be like, why you gotta throw on some Tupac? You know, like we trying to get hypey, we trying to get so but yeah, I'll tap in with E40 sometimes, G Easy. Like I said, I look for spinners, man.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm a little. I got a little bit more age on there, so I totally feel where you come from. Because people, I wish somebody would try to put some damn Laffy Taffy on my
right.
radio. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, they be left on the curb so quick. Hey, what are you doing? No, sorry, but you know that's neither here nor there. No disrespect to Laffy Taffy.
But you know what? I actually like to go. I'll go back to those songs every now and then when I want to have like a hypey time in the car or something, you know. But usually not when I'm riding alone. Obviously, when I'm riding alone, I'm up in my hip hop. Like Shady 45 is always playing on the radio. Sirius XM. I'm a big fan of Sirius XM. I actually just got it 4 months ago, but I can't live without it now, man. Sirius XM. Shady 45. I'm always tapped in that station. My girl is more like Pitbull station, so she's into that reggaeton and Daddy Yankee and you know saying Bad Bunny and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of Arabic music too. Actually, that's probably a fun fact you guys ain't know about me neither. Obviously, you know now I'm you know more in touch with my Arabic side with the music, the Egyptian side too. So I do listen to a lot of Arabic music. Hakim is probably my favorite Arabic artist. If you guys look him up, it's Hakim.
Okay.
You down, man. You guys gonna like it. Even if you can't understand what he's saying, you're gonna like it.
I'm about to check it out. I ain't never heard Hakim before, but I'm about to listen. Because since
he got a song with Bobby Brown, I think Bobby Brown and Rick James. I think he got a song with Rick James. But he's been around for a while. So he's got some jams out there.
Okay.
And he got a song called Salam Alaikum. So if you guys want to, remember I was telling you that's how you say goodbye. He got a song called Salam Alaikum. That's probably the song that actually put me onto him when I was a little kid.
Okay, check it out. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. It's Brother SinCityCairo, man. We winded down in this interview, and make sure you send all good love, positive energy at this brother right here, because he got nothing but good, positive energy and love with him. So make sure y'all return that in kind. So as we wrapping up, brother, I want to ask you 3 more questions. I want to ask and start with the first question is. How do you feel that you have paved the way for young talent or aspiring artists, people coming up behind you?
I mean, I definitely I feel like Vegas artists could look up to me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they could kind of peep me out and check the grind. Because, you know, Vegas is a hard city to come up out of musically. You know, we do have Dizzy Wright, but we don't really have a lot of shine on a city like that. Because, like you said, it's still blooming. You know, it's a new city. Is you know, I don't know where Vegas is going to be in 10 years.
Right.
I don't think anybody does, you know, but it is growing. You will see a lot of artists probably coming out of there, but I feel like, you know, I'm a role model for some of the younger artists out there, you know, that are trying to figure out, you know, what steps to take to kind of pursue it, you know, kind of make it happen. Because like I said, you know, music is a complicated business. You do have to learn it. But yeah, do your homework, man. Definitely learn it. And you'll figure it out. Everything comes with time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you dedicate your time to something, everything comes with time. I don't want to bite Dr. Dre, but he said if you love something, keep doing it. You know, eventually the money will come. So, you know, you just got to keep on grinding.
Stay married to it.
Yep.
Stay married to it. Yeah. No matter how difficult it is, if you love it, stay with it. Stay with it. On a pivot, because you already started to give nuggets of wisdom, I want to ask a direct question. What advice do you have for the young aspiring talent? And I don't even want to say young. I always say young aspiring talent because we always assume it's young people behind you, but there's people that may be older than you and maybe people around your age, but they're still aspiring to achieve what you have achieved. What advice do you have for them?
I would say, man, just stay focused and invest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a business. Like I said, a lot of artists, like when I was younger, you know, I meet a lot of artists that thought, oh, I'm gonna make the song and somebody's gonna discover me and that's it. You know, I'm gonna take it to the top and they're gonna blow money on me and build up my buzz. And it doesn't necessarily happen that way, man. A lot of people that are in the industry right now that blew up like that either know somebody or, you know, their uncle knows somebody. Like, you know, it's not that easy. You know, there's a lot of work behind it. Even Cardi B invested like 500,000 into her brand before she even met Offset, and then he was able to invest even more money into her. So you know, treat it like a business, man. Like, because it is a business at the end of the day. So just treat it like that. Invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep grinding. Sometimes it will get hard. Sometimes you have setbacks. Obviously, life is full of setbacks. But you know, I got advice from somebody who said if a line went like this, it gets boring. You know, obviously life is you're gonna have ups and downs, man. You're gonna have one point where you real high, and then next thing you know, 360 happen. You know, you might be at a low point, but it always comes back up. And that's kind of like what I said in Pain. I said what goes down must come back up, because you know, like I said, life is, if you've been living life, you know, it's a roller coaster, man.
Right.
So you got to keep going with the punches. You got to keep running with the punches, and keep grinding it out. And just kind of like you say, you got to be married to it.
I'm gonna add one more thing, and this is insider information. And for those that don't know, I am in the music industry, and I will tell you this: there has been people that have said, and you can quantify this, you can Google it. It takes $200,000 to break an artist successfully. $200,000. Think about that. $200,000 to break an artist. In order, that means making an impact. That means, oh, everybody knows this person. You know what I mean? Like, and you having the presence like you are a mainstream artist. I would quantify it as you need at least $75,000. At least should have invested at least $75,000 into your brand in order for you to even remotely scratch the surface on competing with $200,000 worth of presence. And the reason why I say that, because I know the marketing numbers. I know the marketing companies that you need to get. And a lot of times to run the promo, to get mentioned in the same category, or to get the Spotify playlists where you get the algorithm has you like the Matrix, and you start matriculating and bubbling, at least $75,000, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a game. There's no overnight success. None. And if you're not selling your body like Suge Avery, you're not getting out here. You know what I mean? You're gonna sell your soul in some shape, form, or fashion. So make sure you understand that. But you have people like this brother SinCityCairo right here that has put in the work, put in the time. He stayed dedicated to he stayed married to the process. Over time, I guarantee you, he would have. Let me know if I'm wrong. You've invested close to $75,000 total.
I don't even, man, at this point, I don't even know. But yeah, I've definitely invested a lot, bro. It's been years of investing, and it's still going. You know, I'm still invested at this point. So, exactly. Just kind of like you said, man. I think Wendy Wednesday actually mentioned that. She said it takes at least 150,000 to break artists, 200,000, obviously sometimes more. Yeah. And that's what a record label is. I mean, a record label is a bank. I don't think people understand that. It's a bank. They give you a loan. Eventually, you got to return that profit. And if you don't, they got you tied into a contract for years. You know, you can be tied into like a 10-album deal. But yeah, you got to understand the business behind it. It is a business. It's an expensive business, but if you love it, obviously you're gonna do whatever it takes. You know, just kind of like you said, if you're married to it, man, it's hard to kind of get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you already put in the work. You know, like you said, you put in the money. So it's like, obviously you gonna get rich or die trying. Just kind of like 50 Cent said, right? You're gonna put your all into something, especially when you're investing into it, man.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's the advice I give artists: start investing into your craft. And it's gonna make you want it more because you're already putting money into it, you know. So it's like you have to keep it going, you know. It's just a way of the business. It's kind of like you said. But yeah, I couldn't put a price tag on how much I invested. I don't even want to go back in accounting and try to figure it out because I've invested a lot, man. And I've got an LLC, you know. I've been able to get credit cards, and I kind of didn't do it the right way. But the good thing about an LLC is you could always, you know, dispose of it. And then start it back up.
Right.
So I'm actually at that phase. I've had sincity.Cairo LLC for about 3 years now. I think it's time to dissolve it and start something else. It might be Last Pharaoh, because that's my new clothing brand.
Right.
So I might run with that. But I am going to dissolve my LLC pretty soon. Good thing about an LLC is you can write off most of your investing. So just make sure you get your business right. Get you an LLC. A lot of people don't know. Get you a song trust, because song trust is going to pay you your royalties. DistroKid is not the only way you guys get paid. You know what I'm saying? You get paid through Instagram too, obviously, if you post all the time. I know I've been kind of off Instagram lately. I've been dealing with this Facebook shit, and it's making me not even want to post just because I got to deal with that, man. I'm trying to get my page back, and it's important to have both of your pages connected. I don't think people understand that. Always good to have your Facebook and your Instagram page connected.
Yep.
But yeah, you can make money off of Instagram. Sound Exchange, you got to sign up for Sound Exchange, BMI or ASCAP. Make sure you get your BMI ASCAP, get your songs copyrighted. You own your product, you know what I'm saying? So these are another words of wisdom that I would give a artist, because I had to learn these on my own. Yeah. I didn't know this, you know what I'm saying? Every performance that you perform, you got to plug it into your BMI. You have to physically do it unless you have a manager, and you will get a percentage of it might be a little bit, but it adds up over time. So make sure you guys are doing that.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. This brother SinCityCairo dropping nuggets of wisdom, and he's right. I ain't gonna beat around the bush, ladies and gentlemen. He's right. Everything he said to you, make sure you notate it, put it in your notepad, your little black book, and then throw it in the back until you're ready to read and study up, man. But make sure you like and subscribe regardless. SinCityCairo on all social media. This brother's out here, man, and he's making moves. So in 2 continents. Plus more, because he's international, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe this brother. One last question and the final question of the night: how can people learn more about you? And then also take this time to do any shout outs or whatever, anything that you want to put out in the universe. The last things that people going to remember you by until the next time you come on the show, because you obviously more than welcome to come back.
Definitely. SinCityCairo, man. Just Google me. Throw me into Google. You'll find a lot of information on me. I think that's the best way to get to know me. My website, sincity.cairo.org. Same thing, man. Somebody got into my .com. I need to be more focused on my pages sometimes. But that's where a manager comes in handy. That's why I said I think I'm at the point where I need a manager. I got too much things going on. It's kind of hard to focus on the business part. I mean, I'm still doing it, but like you said, it's always better to have help. But yeah, shout out Mac Drama, shout out J Crook, Big Ed, because I mean, like I said, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gotten a studio, man. I would have figured out a way, but I give him props because he's the one that pulled me aside and was like, "You want to hop on the booth? I know you're hungry. Come lay down a verse." And ever since then, I've been in love, man. That's when I caught the bug. Shout out, Young Baka Productions, because I used to do a lot of shows with them. Shout out Artist Auditions. They're doing it big in South by Southwest right now, man. I feel like I'm kind of missing out, but next year it's the goal. Next year I don't care. I ain't got no ifs, ands, and buts. I'm gonna be there. But yeah, right now they're doing it big in South by Southwest. If you guys don't know what South by Southwest is, it's a big music festival for artists. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a good place to network. I've been there in the past like two or three times, but it's been a while since I went back, so I definitely need to go back. Shout you out, man. Shout you out. Shout out at the Feisty Fest, because that's how we met. Yep. Shout out my boys that put that show on. And shout out LA and LV, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, shout out my city. Shout out Cairo, Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Because I am Egyptian. SinCityCairo. Cairo is the capital of Egypt, if you guys didn't know.
Look, like I said, I'm elated. I'm appreciative that you were able to take the time to join me on the show, man. You got a hell of a story, man, and I'm definitely eager to see what you got going on in the future. If I could be any kind of resource or any kind of assistance, feel free to reach out. You're part of the B Club officially now, bro. So I always look after the B Club. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching you with great interest and seeing what you got going on, and if I could, like I said, lend some assistance to you. I am forever available. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow this brother, SinCityCairo. Cairo, also, if you got 5 minutes after time, so we can close everything out and we can talk. Just chop it up real quick, because I know your time is valuable. But just want put a bow on the interview afterwards. Stay tuned. Okay. So, without further ado, we are at the end of our time, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited. Season 7 started. I got the new graphic. Look at the new graphics, man. This is beautiful. The aesthetics is beautiful. You know what I mean? So I love the feel. I love the refreshing energy that's coming from the beat. The new talent, global talent. Now, like I said, I've had people from Italy and Rome on. I've had people from South Africa. Now I've had people from Northern Africa on as well. You know what I mean? And I'm really taking this space and I'm jumping beyond the borders of the United States, and I'm so excited for it, and I'm thankful. And this whole thing is just so everybody can understand we are the same, ladies and gentlemen. We are all the same. We all connected by the things that we enjoy and the things that we love to do. Music being one of them. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow the BEATTVLA. We're gonna keep this movement going. Make sure you support people such as SinCityCairo over here. This brother's doing work, and support yourself. Each one teach one. We all out here together. So lift everybody up. It don't take but a few seconds to repost your friend or somebody that you know that's trying to make it. Do it. It's just that simple. But without further ado, like I said, we at the end. I'm Donnie B. Got the Beats. We are live on the beat, and we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Donnie B.